lunatics inside. We dedicate this one to all the lunatics. Yes. Oh, yes, you're begging. Hey. We come to nice up the place. We come to wake it up for you. And this one is for all the cheaters. All the cheating lovers, right? All the cheating lovers. Hey. Check this one. Cheating lover. Yes, man. Cheating lover. You know what? You cheat. It's sweet. Now you're sorry. So you worry. Hey, boy. When the lady was around, you had a woman in the tongue. You had a woman over so, a next woman over so. Now the lady run away. You have plenty time to play. Like you worried and sour. Like you see us so cool and sing. Lunatic. I can't hear you. Lunatic. What you call them? Lunatic. Lunatic. You know what? They up and down. Yeah. They all around. Yeah. They here and there. Yeah. And everywhere, somebody sing lunatic, oh Lando, lunatic. What you call them? Lunatic. Hey Lando, lunatic. They mad, mad. They bad, they weird, and dread. Hey boy, what you call them? Lunatic. What you call them? Lunatic. What you call them? Lunatic. Somebody call them. Yes, man. Hey. Till and daylight. Till and
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to Calypso Showcase. The man Ronnie Mc Intosh singing his big hit, Lunatic, a composition of The Shadow, and it's indeed a privilege and a pleasure to have the joint Soca Monarch for 1997 in person in the studio. Ronnie Mc Intosh, welcome to Calypso Showcase.
Good night to you, Mr. Daniel, and it's nice to be on Calypso Showcase.
Well, you know, we've been trying to do this thing for so long.
Yes,
caught you sneaking in Sunday night and getting ready to go back
in a
out
special week too.
And it all came together very nicely. No short. I think everything just clicked and went smoothly.
Yeah, man.
Well, what I wanted to start to talk about is life after Massive Chandilier. You know, at one time, Ronnie Mc Intosh was synonymous with the name Chandilier.
Right.
How did your career move from there?
Well, as you said, Chandilier was definitely a household name together with Ronnie Mc Intosh, you know, and we had some good years, fantastic years, big years, and it was time to move on, of course, and we also moved along with, we moved aside with Mr. Brian Williams, which was the drummer of Chandilier. Yes. He's also my drummer, kind of musical director, whatever, you know, and we did a lot of solo engagements during the problem period, whereas we were still kind of negotiating and making up our minds what we should do. And the phone calls came, you know, we got calls from this band and that band and that band, and I must say Bobby Kwan was the most tactful, you know what I mean? Yeah, he just called and he said, listen, well, I understand XYZ going down, and I'm interested. You know, no pressure, no nothing. I guess that's because of the businessman that he is, you know. So we just decided, you know, after all the negotiations, Blue Ventures.
So Blue Ventures is it, and you're happy at home?
Definitely. A lot of people were skeptical about the move, and because they said, well, Blue Ventures kind of into a different circuit, and then Ronnie have a different circuit. But that was perfect because, you know, I was able to meet various people in Blue Ventures circuit, and then take Blue Ventures and bring them into
I think what was pleasant, you know, when I went to a couple of the first parties with you with Blue Ventures is you didn't entirely divorce yourself for the material that you did with Chandilier.
Of course.
And yet you blended in nicely to what Blue Ventures was doing. So eventually people came to accept that as the new Ronnie.
Well, Ronnie was, you know, Ronnie had a major percentage, not in the compositions, but Ronnie's live performances with the original Chandelier's material. You know, that was an important part. So, of course, people still like to hear Ronnie do, you know, a song from, you know, 89, 90, Shaking It, or I Doing That, which I know is one of your favorites.
Oh, sure.
I know that.
I Doing That. Traveling-wise, talk about some of the places you've been already since Carnival.
Since the carnival, Sunday night, the March Grand, all that kind of stuff, Monday and Tuesday, Barbarossa. We did a lot of stuff. We did New York on a few occasions. We did Miami. We did we did Barbados, St. Lucia, just recent. Lots of stuff.
Getting ready for Grenada?
Yeah, Grenada this weekend. Grenada this weekend coming up, and a lot of different things happening. And well, of course, the rest of the year. is in total chaos.
I want to take a line from you. This is your life.
This is your life.
We're going to show you your life tonight in Calypso. Ronnie Mc Intosh, from an entertainment point of view, where did it all begin for you?
The man, Mr. Alvin Daniell. Where did it all begin? We started very early, at the age of 7, where my dad sort of got me involved in the percussion department, you know, whereas we played at the Calypso tents and that kind of stuff, where we played like a CDC tent, we played Victory tent, we played Kingdom of the Wizards with Mr.
When you say dad, you're talking about Mr. Adikoto.
Yes, the deceased Mr. Adikoto. Right. Of course, you're familiar with him. Yes, we did Kingdom of the Wizards, we did Masters then with Shadow and these guys, and then we did Calypso Review and that kind of stuff. All those times was just playing congas and cowbells at the Calypso tents.
General percussion. Who were some of the Calypsonians that influenced your getting into the business?
Well, all these guys passed through the house there in Cocorite. We're talking about even the late Maestro. We're talking about people like Stalin, Chokdas, Kitchener, Sparrow. And as I said, Stalin was one of the men, you know, kind of instrumental in the tent scene, whereas every night before the show, he would put a little a carry box case for me to stand on, because the congas was much taller than me, so he would make sure that my case was in place. So when I stand up on that, at least I could reach the congas quite comfortably. You see, so these are guys that really involved in that part of the the career.
When did you first decide, I want to sing a calypso?
That was a whole accident kind of play. Yes, what happened is we sort of left the tent scene. And I was advised by a guy called Ronnie Sylvester. He's the son of Ray Sylvester. He said, come to Chandilier, because in those days is less, we didn't have much technology business, it wasn't too much drum machines. On the road with Edmund Hart, Chandilier, live percussion. So we had like Vernon Hudson on congas, and Ronnie Sylvester, Gary D'Souza. I think drummer Joey was there too in those days. And of course, on the road, you need a little help, you need somebody to release. So they said, come on, call, go and check Carl Jacobs, that is, and tell him, yeah, Ronnie Sylvester sent you. So I went to check Carl Jacobs at Tranquility. I think we're close by Tranquility here. Yeah. Tranquility Tennis Court, big fat Chandelier. This way, all right, I'm losing my bearings here now, Check Carl Jacobs, man, and they're putting up the truck and things. So I said, Carl, good day, morning, whatever. Ronnie tell me to come and check here to do this, do something on the truck. He said, all right, come through, and then, yeah, man, it started.
What's the first tune?
This tune was happening that year on the Hurry Hurry, Come for Curry, boy. I remember impressing Carl Jacobs with a little tassa solo I was doing on the bongos, at a particular part of the song. Every time we get to that part, the wrist will get loose. And every time I run that little lick, Carly look around, Carol look around. Everybody was kind of really impressed with that particular lick, in Hurry Hurry Come for Curry. Ronnie the Bongo Man.
I remember seeing you perform one night in the mass camp, and I think it was Bill Trotman made the comment, all you watch that fella, that is Art Son, and he go be performing.
Right.
But I doing that in 1989 is where I think most people would remember your career starting.
Right, but we also have to touch Happy too, because Happy was 88. Happy was the first one, Happy was 88, as long as I get it a Happy.
A long time now you have me on hold. A long time now you're treating me cold, my darling. You're killing me softly with fancy lyrics. So long you promise to take me to the limit. But now my patience it is running thin. You, my whole body vibrating, the blood pumping through my skin. I am in need of tender loving care. So sweet love, I am asking you to share, man. And as long as I get it, I'm happy. Happy, all night be happy. And as long as I get it, I'm happy. Happy. Don't mind now you give me a happy. Girl, I want it. Happy. Tonight I want it. Happy. Yeah. And don't mind now you give me a happy. From the left side or the right side. Once I get her, I don't care. I happy. Jam it now.
I'd also like to touch on the fact that when I started singing with the Chandilier thing, then what I would normally do, I was like going from venue to venue, like we go to upper level club, and whichever band on stage then, I will find myself, you know, making a little appearance, you know, either singing some dub, you know, a little reggae music or whatever. Mass Camp was a nice place where Ronnie would just run, you know, walk in the mass camp. And a little band might be on stage and Ronnie just run up and do some kind of stuff, whether it's, you know, very spontaneous, extempo stuff, anything, you know. So, you know, it was...
That was more or less where it started.
Yeah.
1989 in particular, though, Young Kings, first time.
Right.
Tell us about that experience.
Young Kings, man, shaking it and I doing that. Skinner Park, you know, Skinner Park, packed with people. And that time, Joni
Young
and...
Kings was
yeah, man.
really happening then, eh?
Yeah, man. That was the, you know, the Young Kings time. I think, you know, the show has lost, you know, a kind of vibe. But Young Kings, and you go on Skinner Park and Joni and them representing, you know, they represent, right, you know. And it was a nice experience to be performing, you know, for that crowd of people. And Skinner Park, you know, really, they enjoyed my performance. I enjoyed working for them. As a matter of fact, I still enjoy performing at Skinner Park.
Hear me now. Hello, lovely lady. Why standing in this party looking so lonely? You must be well worried. I'm watching you a long time, you won't even shake your behind. Tell me what is wrong with you, woman. The man you waiting for ain't arrived as yet. An ex-woman take him to another fete. Huh. People in the party, they're soaking wet. So come on, then we get down and start a fest. Sing. When you're feeling for somebody to roll up on your belly, I do it that. Everybody, yes, I do it that. And if you're feeling sexy and you want to leave the party, I do it that. Yes, I do it that. And if you think I'm joking and I am only talking, I do it that. Yes, I do it that. But just remember, ladies, when rolling on your belly, I do it that. Hey, yes, I do it that. Yeah, man, jam. All around town, people partying. Hey, riggy-tang, there. Riggy-tang, there. You can hear songs, all them bands playing. Riggy-tang, there. Riggy-tang, there. It is time to fete. Everybody on the street. All night they go jump, they go dance to the beat. You could play a mass, but we jamming all night. Hey, man, we jamming, rocking, wailing. Everybody, shaking it, shaking it. Everybody on the floor, watch them. Skinner Park rolling on for more. Everybody on the street, hey. And everybody know we starting from midnight. Tell the woman get some man and just, but they know they can't go in until how we come out the party. So let me go.
Shaking it, oh yes, we shaking it. We feel for soca, we hot like that.
The two tunes, Shaking It and I Do Not, are sort of a soca double. And, you know, people always feel in competition, you need this message song and so on.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the two songs you had and the kind of vibes you got from the people?
I was really honored just to be part of the show then, because I didn't do anything in 88 with Happy. It was just a one song. So this was my first year with two songs.
Wise.
Yeah, so you have a chance then to go to Skinner Park and perform. And that's all I was really thinking about, just being there at Skinner Park. And they enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it.
The following year, when I say Hector gave you the scissors, was that an attempt to sneak in a little social commentary?
Yeah, you see what happened in those times? Well, 89 now, we had two party songs, as you want to call it.
Yeah.
So we say, okay, the next year now, we want to try and approach them in a nice way. We're looking to please the judges then, you know what I mean? But, you know, I really not really too into pleasing these judges. People, I like to perform for the people, you understand? But, well, why not put in a little scissors and see how it goes?
There's a talk in the air that the scissors is here cutting down anything it sees. Making big people ball, some can't take it at all, making things hard for you and me. Now everybody wants to pack up and go away. They say they can't take it no more. They don't want to stay. They want to run. They want to hide. They'll take a shot, go for a ride. They feeling bad. They getting mad. They say that everything gets so damn hard. The scissors are wrong. The scissors in tongue. It's the talk that everybody knows. Take it old and young. The big and the strong. Got into the hole
that Trinbago. It come to cut you down. It come to push you wrong. It come to play a mass. It come to make we get on like we mad. This is a wrong. This is a real strong. So if you feel you bad, look out for this is a yes man. Dig it, dig it. Dig it, dig it. Dig it.
Of course, Jump and Breakaway was big, and that was your second selection.
Right.
Talk about Jump and Breakaway.
Jump and Breakaway, a big song, and the jump thing, well, I was just getting into play, you know, because right now it's jump and this, jump and shake up, jump up and do this right now. But we have been jumping and breaking away since 90, you know what I mean? And that was a big year. I think the song took a little while, you know, before it really took off, because Chandilier's music in those days, it was always there was always labeled as a creeper, you know what I mean? So Jump and Breakaway was a big song, but it took a little while, and by the time the last 3 weeks before Carnival, Jump and Breakaway was breaking away all over the place.
We break away. We want the world to see. We get it away. Mass in this jump. We come to jump in a band. All that we can. So play your mass and show them. You don't have a care. We jump on the face. So let them stand and stay. Jump! Everybody jump, jump, jump back with your lover. Jump with your sister and your brother. Jump, jump with your friend or neighbor. Jump, jump, let's have fun together. Carnival is the only day you could jump up and break away. People partying and they carrying on, man. They jumping from dust till dawn. Come on, jump up and raise your hand. Tell them, catch me if you can. Everybody jump, 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 jump and break away. Stand up! Stand up!
I think Chandilier had that reputation you just spoke about, producing songs that had this creeper element in them. And 2 years later, the song Commerce was, if you had a song that, if it had 2 weeks more, could have really been big for the Carnival, I think Commerce was one. And your style of putting it over, I think you must be complimented on that. Commerce.
The live performances has always been an important part, you know, of, let me say, I'll have to say Chandilier's music, because, you know, I've been with them. I was with them for years, so we, you know, it was all about Chandilier then. So Chandilier's music always needed, everybody keeps saying, if you had 2 more weeks, if you had, you know, but it's the way the music was constructed too, you know what I mean? It was nice and sing along, and I guess it all depends on how much airplay or what you get in the early stages, but the live performances created, you know, the more airplay then, because the live performances was really something else with our songs.
If you're having a nice time, let me see you put your hands in the air if you're having a nice time. Yeah! Say yeah! Say yeah! Say oh yeah! Say oh yeah! Commerce tonight, oh boss. Come on. Sing with me. The music, something sweet. What you say? Eh? We dance to a soca beat. How can I feel it now in the atmosphere? For me to wine and wine and wine and wine and wine to the music of the soca. We go hit on the vineyard, hit on the mask, and jam up the big fat food to the DJ. Call up the radio so that they can know that we know when it's on. So let me sing this song, cause we come to play me mass. I want to get the liquor in my glass. Don't mind if I hide or what it see. Or if I get it on my seat. Because it's Commerce in the place. I'm looking for my space. And then I am in my hand. Bang, I like it, bang, I like it, bang, I like it, bang. Juve and I'm going to last lap. Man, I'm jamming and I'm jamming and I'm jamming like I can't stop, can't stop. Jump your heart. Ring by the boy. Ring by the boy. Ring the ding, the ding, the ding.
Well, I want to come to 1993, which was a big year for you. And I want to start from when we did the new releases at the Mass Camp, and you came and said, oh, this little donkey song I want to try out on the people. It's a little rhythm, and so on. And I want to talk about how the song grew from something with a little rhythm to something with horns and the vibrancy and the whole, give me the whole build-up of the donkey.
We started the donkey in Carnival 92. As a matter of fact, it was October 92. Yeah. No, October 91, man. We came back from Texas.
Right.
And we had a show there. Yeah. So, like, we started it in October 91. And then Carnival 92 now. I sort of just made another joke, but, you know, made a little ad-lib about it. Using the hook line, wo donkey wo. Incorporating people that get involved in the dance and stuff like that. Putting your man on your shoulder, put your woman on your shoulder and that kind of stuff. And when we realized, listen, this hook line is a big one, we decided that for 93, we're going to make a song out of it because of the fact that we lost a lot of hook lines over the years.
Right.
You do things live in a fete, and of course you have artists or writers or composers listening, and they would, they would take things from whatever you do on stage. So we realized that this line, we're expecting somebody to make a song out of the donkey. So we decided we will make, and as a matter of fact, I had an offer, the United Sisters donkey. That was offered to me. Kenny Phillips called me one day and said, hey, you have a donkey to sell you. You know, that was right after Carnival 92. I said, well, nah, man, you know, we have a little thing planned, you know. So, and I think it went to a lot of other people. It was offered to a lot of people. Some people decided they don't want that song. They would stay away from that because that's Ronnie owned it, you know what I mean? But then United Sisters took it and, you know, from Kenny Phillips, and they went on with it. But the donkey was really big. The dance was the dance, you know. The dance was really big, you know.
Why did you have to go back to the studio and add horns?
Well, that was United Sisters' fault.
When they came with the audio, they send you back.
So we released our donkey, you know, rhythm, just drum machine. As a matter of fact, it took about 45 minutes because Iman just put on the bass line. We do the little rap. This is the dance called the donkey dance. Put your two fists together.
This is the dance called the donkey dance. So stop what you're doing. Let me get up and prance. Start to prance. Oh, donkey, go. Stand by. Oh, donkey. Sing it. Oh, donkey, go. Oh, donkey. Put your two fists together. With your elbows out. And with a forward motion, you will start the show. Start the show. Start the show. You know what? Spread your feet up back. With your two knees touching. Push your oopsie out. And your hands still clutching, and you're balling. And you're balling.
United Sisters now, they came with theirs. Verse and chorus, rhythm break, horn licks, big song. So then our donkey started to take a little kind of backseat, and people saying, but why Ronnie and them put a little horns in this thing, boy? You know what I mean? And we, you know, toss up the idea, and it was back to the studio, finished that.
Soca Monarch then. You were ready for that. You arrive on your donkey, planning for that night. Talk about it.
Yeah, that donkey came from Maraval. I think the donkey's name was Susie. As a matter of fact, I have to announce here the sad news that particular donkey that I used at the Soca Monarch, it died. The donkey died. You know, so I accept my condolences, the owners of the donkey. Please accept my condolences. But for real, that donkey came from Marval. I think it cost me, what, $200 to rent, you know what I mean? Because you had to get the live donkey, you know? And an experience that I had that particular night, we had everything set up. Donkey backstage since 5 o'clock in the evening. Donkey bleaching, you understand, in the back. Tie up the donkey, we hide it. It's all right. So we have cordless microphone now. So we say, band will start on stage. And then I will be way down in the back, coming out on the donkey riding. We have the whole crew, the protective crew around the donkey. And all of a sudden, then, like, we're getting closer to the crowd now because our plan was to get in front of the stage, in the middle of the crowd with the donkey, and then I would just hop on the stage. Well, for some reason, the more people, like, the donkey started to see the donkey started. Donkey started like he wanted to run fast now. So I know donkey specialist. So when I realized the donkey picking up speed, but I hop off. I quietly hop off. I said, let the donkey go. I hop off and I will get on the stage however I could then, because the donkey started to run, boy. I said, that's problem.
Put your hand in the air! Hold on. What time is it? Here we go. Let me go. Giddy up. Hold on. Come in. Stand by. Whoa, donkey, whoa. Everybody say. Donkey, me on the go. If you want to ride, not me, I am terribly sorry. It's the weight afraid. I can't make it good. So I sing it, the donkey song, the donkey balling, the donkey quarreling. The donkey say that he can't take too much load. The donkey shaking, the donkey breaking. The donkey want to shake his tail.
no soul. Oh Lord, me donkey go dead. Me donkey go, What? Yes. Oh boy. Put your hand in the air. Put your hand in the air. Yes, man. Chandilier side.
Aspect of your career emerged that year when I think you were approached by Ken Professor Fillmore to do a tune called All Night.
Right, no, jump, I think. Jumping up, yeah, jumping okay, well, man. Oh, yeah, that was from Royal Castle. This potential symphony, man. Yeah, that was that was a wicked song. For some reason, I don't think it didn't get much play. But the video was nice. I still look at that video from time to time. Video was a nice. We spent a whole day just having fun up in by St. Mary's, losing my bearings again this way. All right, St. Mary's by the swimming pool there, and we had a ball. The Royal Castle people was really, they really contributed to making the day a fun day. So that was nice. It was a pleasure working with Professor and myself. Be nice, and I say a personal friend of mine, and it was nice to work with Professor.
Watch this, Carnival again. Hey, hey, time to break away. Hey, 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 hey. People jumping up. We don't want to stop. Take a section of the party line. Jumping up out of time. If you think that you can move your body, take a lesson from me. I'm giving it free. I want you to find a partner, hug up tighter. Let the music take you higher. Jumping up, jump like you're born mad. Now it's time to get on bad. We party in sun or rain. Listen for the refrain, people. It's time to jump up again. That's right.
In 1994 Labor Day, I remember interviewing you in a truck and then watching you perform. And I remember you whipping up the crowd and using this Anybody From.
Yeah.
Was that the birth of On the Road?
Actually, no. What happened is that that was a hook line I was using on the Parkway, as you said. Eastern Parkway, big Labor Day. That is, we're talking about Labor Day 94 now.
94.
Right. I don't green, I think. I don't my green trench coat. And I think the band we played for that year, which was Utica Boys, they was playing some kind of different country, something like that. So I kind of make a little hook line out of that. Anybody from Barbados, and then of course, most of them was Trinis anyway, set of Trinis on the Parkway. And every time I get to that part, Trinidad and Tobago, or I would hit in somebody missing. Yeah. I would call everybody else and leave out Trinidad. So they would say like, well, hey, like you forget me, you know what I mean? So when I hit Trinidad and Tobago, no, you get the reaction. You get the reaction, right?
Anybody from Barbados? Anybody from Trinidad? Anybody from St. Lucia? Anybody from Dominica? Anybody from Guyana? Anybody from Jamaica? Somebody missing. Somebody missing. Somebody missing. Somebody missing. Where they from? Where they born? Where they from? Where they born? Where from? Where born? Where from? Where born? Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody from
When we did the what you call it, the Soca Monarch now. Super Blue did the Soca Monarch in '94. He won.
Yeah.
But we sort of constructed it in a way whereas Chandilier was backing him. They were providing the background music for Super Blue. So we sort of scheduled it in a way where I would sing just before him, so that to avoid the changing over the bands and that kind of stuff. So Ronnie would sing just before Super Blue.
Right.
Chandilier back Ronnie, and they stay one time, and back Super Blue. What happened is that it was a whole band effort, and it was a personal kind of love between Super Blue and myself then, whereas as I finished singing, I take off my trench coat now.
And you supported it?
Yeah, I went and put on the Chandilier uniform then, which are kind of red, black and green, something we had on. And I come back out now to sing background vocals for Super Blue. So I think a lot of people kind of, you know, they were marveled by that, you know, and they say, boy, that's a real nice thing. I say, well, it's nothing, you know, because we nice, you know, it's nothing. Yeah, I mean, it's competition, you know, sure, but say what, you know what I mean? So within that now, we develop a little more love for each other. And he said, listen, I will fix you nice then, in 95 then. I'll fix you real nice. Super Blue come in about Boxing Day, boy, yeah, Boxing Day. I think it's something the 26th or something like that from Barbados, boy. No song yet. Bam, he passed by me, Will.i.am, Denzel and Marlon, and of course Noel Monsigi, that's the whole crew. Passed by me, because it's a Christmas thing, so we still have to take care of the Christmas business. So he passed by me, we entertained them, end up by Hurricane George in some party, you understand? And then we wake you up 1 o'clock in the morning, pass by you, must pass by Alvin. So we passed by Mr. Daniel and we came up, place in darkness, and we wouldn't stop knocking because it's Christmas. Okay. You understand? So yeah, eventually you got up and the whole family get up, and then up came the quattro. And that's the same quattro on the road, you know, started with, because the next day now, we said, all right, we will link up the next day. Link up the next day, and pass by me now and we sit down. All we have is the quattro still, bring out a little tape and press record. And Super Blue say, well, look, boy, just sing anything. Like, we just play a rhythm, play a something, and just sing whatever hook line come to your head, and we just started vibes. And he might chip in a thing, I would chip in a thing, but everything taping. Everything is being recorded at that point. My mom was saying down somewhere there, we say jump up with the pie man. She said, well, I'm to the nuts, man.
Jump up with the sounds man, jump up with the corn man, jump up with the pie man, where you looking nuts man. Everybody, in the bucket, bang your feet, some door, yes, some dust. Voices, sing with them, louder. Listen. Come back home for the limbo dance. Come back home for Calypso. Hey. Come back home for Soca romance. Come back home for tempo. Hey, Trinidad and Tobago. Time to jump and break away. Every field and every race. Equal wine in space. A lovely day, music everywhere. Colors and art on display. Beautiful girls when they meet them boys. It's bacchanal. From Jove, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, jump. Sing. Jump up. Jump up. Jump up. Listen. Jump up with a black man. Jump up with a white man. Jump up with a red man. Where the green man? Where the green man? Where the green man? Where's the green? Yeah, what?
Super Blue was there, you know, for the, as I said, for when I was put on the vocal track. Right there in the room and just kind of drilling me in a kind of nice way and flavor in it, you know what I mean? Fine tuning it then. So on that's how On the Road, you know, really came about.
Fantastic selection. And I think you were fortunate that year to get a call from up the hill to do Pan Parang.
Right.
Because that combination took you to the semi-finals. What did Pan Parang mean for you?
Pan Parang, well, that's working with Despers, that's up the hill. When you reach up the hill, you reach, you know what I mean? When you reach up the hill, I think you reach then, because up the hill is a kind of separate kind of families, a kind of vibe that is flow up the hill then. And so long as you know, they consider you to be part of that, then you must feel special then, when the hill kind of acknowledge you then. So I just felt special to be working alongside man like Robert Greenwich, you know what I mean? Of course, Joe Brown, he from up the hill too, the whole hill thing. Alison Hennessy is our hill squad, you know, so I feel like I'm part of the hill now then, you know what I mean?
Mama yo, mama yo, mama yo, sing it! Mama yo, mama yo, sing it, sing it! Mama yo, mama yo, mama yo, mama yo, mama yo, mama yo. Come in on! Hold up! Get up on posse! Yes, man. Show me.
I want to talk about 1997, and I want to talk about a special aspect of 1997. Your material afforded you the luxury of transcending Dimash Gras, national semi-finals, Soca Monarch.
I missed the chutney.
Yeah, you missed the chutney.
I only missed one.
But I mean, nobody else that I know of was able to be both in the Dimash Gras finals and the Soca Monarch finals. What do you think accounted for that in terms of your music?
I think the end sort of drop in. Well, Lunatic holding down a space by itself because of the fact that it's a serious kind of song too, because there's things that happen, you know, every day. Then this cheating lover business. This is things going on. Man does get put out and thing. Man does get put out and thing. You understand what I'm saying? So that cheating lover fall in a space by itself. But the end now, it drop in the party vein. Because you had the dance and the end dance and the flag and the thing. But it also have some little things about the politics thing and have a little thing. So it fall, because a lot of people, some people paid attention to it. And I think some people pay attention to it like later on then, you know what I mean? Because to me it was well constructed, you know what I mean? The lyrics fall along nice, you know, true Trini, pure Trini. And I think that's why I was able to fall in the, you know, in both categories, so to speak.
Let's talk about the song Lunatic, which was composed by Shadow. What's your relationship with Shadow, and how did it lead to your getting this song?
Well, that relationship that went from way back with the old man, Adi Koto. It was Shadow, Crow.
Bassman,
and Shadow and Crow, Adi Koto. You know what I mean? And one or two others. That was the crew. You know what I mean? I just used to be in the whole mingling with the adults, you know what I mean, when they're drinking the thing and they're liming and thing. That was the crew. So so they know me from way back then, you know what I mean. And but we cannot pause for a while, you know. Whereas, you know, after my dad died and stuff, you know, I didn't see him much and stuff. But every time I see him, he keep telling me, well, I have a song for you. I have a stupid song for you. Why you not taking me on? So that's about 3 years ago, you know. Every year I just ignoring Shadow and I kind of, I say, I'll check here. Never go. So this year, whereas I'm kind of involved in my own project now, doing my own recording and thing, and executive producer and big shot thing, and I need material, you know. I say I want to probably do a little 4 songs. So I say, Shadow tell me you have one for me. So let me check him. My drummer tell me, check Shadow, make sure and check Shadow.
Listen, cheating lover, voices, regret, upset, aching conscience, makes no difference. When the lady was around, you had a woman in the tongue, you had a woman over so, and next woman over so. Now the lady run away, you have plenty time to play. Hey, like you cannot take the foot, like a picker in your foot. Sing, voices, a little louder. I can't hear you. Oh, no, you up and down, you all around, you here and there, oh yeah, and everywhere. Somebody sing, oh, no, a little louder. I can't hear you. Hear what? You mad, you bad.
Well, I'm sure you always had a little input in some of the compositions. How it might be just a and an air and a little Ronnie thing. But your first full-fledged composition, how did it happen?
That's a piece of madness, yes. Talking about like past compositions, I did some stuff with Chandilier, like a 1 verse. Iman might have brought a song, but he started and then I finished it, like shaking it. I did 2 verses and shaking it. But the end is total Ronnie then. Even somebody like the bass line too. I hum the bass line to the arranger, which is Ozzy Gurley. You know, and he put it down, you know what I mean? So I had a lot of input in it. The end came in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. Can't sleep, of course, you know, I don't normally sleep early anyway. But you try to sleep 2 o'clock and some kind of vibe, just flowing thing. I mean, as I said, I've heard other composers, well, of course, you're one of these people to, you know, talk about this vibe that has hit you. You know, man like Super Blue tell you about it, Preacher tell you about it, Winsford Devines tell you that is a, you know, these fellas know the thing. So this vibe they keep talking about. So every time I'm in a conversation with this composing thing and I vibe it, I could never relate to it, you know what I mean? No, you know, nobody. Me ain't getting no vibe, you know what I mean? I ain't getting no vibe at all, but this, you know, this was nice, I experienced it. And the song came, your hands start to move automatic. Yeah, before you finish this line, the next line come to you already then, full speed then. And it's Trini thing, I'm an outgoing person. So, for me, I might know what I want to say in this verse then. It's something that I see on the street already. So the things start to flow and I take a breather, lie down for a little 45 and like I can't sleep, get back up and get a little 2 verse again, man. You know what I mean? Get a 2 verse. And I think that was about 3/4 of the song, and then some other night somewhere again, completed.
Carnival is color, carnival is mass, but hold in the savannah, you can't see a steel band pass. And them bands when they pretty in costume, those get in a rage, but when they reach the savannah, they don't like the crazy. Everybody, 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 come again, everybody, higher than that, listen.
Semi-finals, Skinner Park, Calypso Fiesta. The visual part of this end thing is a next kind of pause-raising kind of situation for me then, because I've had the opportunity to look at this cassette then over and over, and the way Skinner Park was looking white. For some reason, I don't know you call the color code then, but for some reason Skinner Park was looking white. The flags, like the majority of the flags was white. Normally you see a little red flag or green. All these little flags, these little rags, most of them was white. So I sitting down watching this thing and the way this end thing looking, and they wasn't stopping, jumping, and when they make the end, they was bouncing. So you see Skinner Park looking at kind of bouncing, when then they go and they bounce again, boy, that's a piece of madness.
No, you want to escape the outside friend. You have to be front. You say, I have to run. I have a call from the back. Flag! Flag! Higher than that! Higher than that! Higher than that! Higher than that! Ladies!
So we enter the clip here now, and we take time off to give thanks to God, you know, for His blessings, you know, for whatever success, you know, that He sends, you know, the talent and all that kind of stuff. We give thanks for that. A lot of people are around who, you know, responsible, you know, for kind of keeping anything together and keeping it nice and tight. We have people like Curtis Rudd and his wife Lisa Rudd. Of course, pay big time respect to Mr. Brian Williams, who is my drummer, music director, and of course, big respect to Shelly, right? We have Mr. Lester Ford, who's always around in the mix, Wendy, who always, you know, taking care of things, Caroline John, which is, you know, kind of really, really close to the whole thing, and she's, you know, kind of being very patient in the whole exercise that we are exercising, you see what I mean, right? And Irvin Johnny taping the show right now, pirated, you know what I mean? to make sure I can go back home and watch and enjoy all those old performances, you know? Honey inside, Shanto inside, you know what I mean? Everybody, Fat Man, Fish, you know, these is brothers that always look out and make sure everything in place then. You know, respect to the members of Blue Ventures. Bobby Kwan has been very helpful over the last few months, and I've learned a lot from him business-wise so far.
Congratulations again and best of luck.
Thank you for this. Hour went fast, man, but it's all right.
Thank you.
Yes.
Just gave a small clap. I'm proud of from Trinidad Flags.